We are back with another pair of Fortis Boots, this time a Teik Bootlosophy collaboration. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks, and this is a very special video today, a sentimental video. My buddy Teik sent me some Fortis boots for myself to keep. Teik is an extremely generous man, and I am infinitely grateful for his friendship, as these boots did not fit him perfectly, and so he forwarded them onto a home where they will get a lot more use. Well, maybe not a lot more use, but definitely they will be appreciated in my collection. This is known as the THORIN model, and it's in Charles F. Stead's Crazy Cow. Now, I've only ever seen Crazy Cow on the Charles F. Stead website. I've never seen it in person. It's got a very similar appearance to Rambler, which is probably my favorite leather, my favorite boot leather of all time. In fact, I just got some Rambler in. This is two sides of Acorn Rambler, and these are going to be available for kilties on my website, dalesleatherworks.com. I absolutely love this stuff. It's very heavy because it's two sides together, but it is so gnarly, and it's just chock full of character. And the reverse side is super cool too. Really velvety, rough outside. Then I've also got some Stone Rambler remaining as well. Absolutely love this stuff. Stead always just does a bang up job. And yes, if you look closely, you could probably see some immature drawings of, well, male anatomy throughout the surface of the hide. What it is that that's hand spray painted. One of my viewers and friends, Chris, he pointed that out, and well, now I can't unsee it. Yeah, this Crazy Cow is pretty crazy. A little bit of backstory. Teik developed out this entire model, all the specs, with Sandy at Fortis Boots, and I'm just blown away by the creativity involved. Teik is not a bootmaker himself, but he is a boot expert and expert boot reviewer. And
I got hungry when I was playing with my friends then.
Do you know how much sugar is in this?
Yeah.
Alright, here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Teik designed this as a collab with Sandy at Fortis Boots, and particular to the customization was this leather layer that they affixed to the goring to protect the uppers, and it's just brilliant. So what Sandy did, and Teik did a great video on these boots as well, what Sandy did was he took a leather panel and he stitched it on and created four slits, creating five lines of leather that would then allow for stretch and flexibility in tandem with the goring while protecting the goring with more leather. And it's all in Crazy Cow, and it's just insane. The stitching is so good. That must have been a lot of work to stitch all that on there, but that's a really, really cool feature. This Crazy Cow is just so crazy looking. It seems to be a cousin of the Rambler leather, but there's something unique about it. I have an Acorn Rambler kiltie here. I want to say maybe there's just a little bit less wax. Maybe they plate the wax down more on the Rambler as compared to the Crazy Cow. Just seems to be more buffed, but I'm not exactly sure. I would need to reach out to the tannery directly to figure out what the difference between Crazy Cow and Rambler is. It's pretty close. By my eye, they're still using the flesh outside, but maybe they just buff it down a lot more heavily because it is smooth, whereas the Rambler is mostly smooth. It's smooth in most areas, but you still get some texture, some feeling of different textured areas like the veining, whereas this does have some veining, but it's smooth to the touch, which makes me think they just buffed it down like a whole bunch. Let's get the other boot out here. Yeah, really just smooth. throughout. Whereas the Rambler, you feel a little texture when you touch the Rambler. This is still textured, but I'm feeling more of the grain as opposed to the rough out and the nap that you could still feel in the Rambler. So according to Stead, the Crazy Cow is a development of the Flesh Out family of products. Crazy Cow provides a wonderful depth of color and burnishes magnificently by trapping a layer of wax between the natural antiquing and a regular aniline top finish. The glossier finish makes the leather particularly suitable for bags and leather goods. Whereas their description for Rambler is, this leather is finished on the flesh side. It includes an antique contrast applied by hand beneath a blend of natural waxes for a unique natural marbled aesthetic. The antique colors are blended to complement the base dyeing for an authentic rugged leather with a color and texture. So yeah, I guess the difference there is with the Crazy Cow, they trap a layer of wax between the natural antiquing and the regular aniline top finish, which does create a glossier appearance. That seems to be consistent. They're basically using the same leathers and much of the same tanning processes. It's just the finishing that I guess is a little bit different, but it would take me actually apprenticing at one of these tanneries to fully understand like the differences. I can just sort of interpret what I'm seeing by eye, what my eye and hands can feel. And Vincent Truman actually says that Crazy Cow is just Rambler with a high gloss plating. Mohawk is less plating than Rambler, which is a much more succinct explanation than how Charles F. Stead puts it. This is according to Teik. He says, "Hello, my friend. This is the THORIN boot, which I designed as a collab with Fortis, which is in a size 42, so I hope it fits you. Yes, Teik, these will fit me because that is my size with Fortis Boots. This is a proof of concept sample, which I've only worn for the video and a couple of times indoors. It's big for me. I'm actually a 41 or 41 and a half. The THORIN was designed as a work Chelsea boot. I wanted the protected elastic goring panels. I wasn't aware there are other makes with the leather protective slits, but hey, as a whole, they're original. It's a real cap toe, 270-degree stitch down, or more accurately, velt shown for water protection on a Vibram honey lug sole. The uppers are Charles F. Stead Crazy Cow, which I understand is another shrunken fiber leather, like a waxed Rambler, with the veins, etc. left to see. I think the color is ginger. I have conditioned it with Dokin wax, made in Bandung, so if it smells minty, that's what it is. I hope it fits you and you enjoy it. I wanted to thank you for your friendship and generosity. Wear it well, my mate. Sincerely, Teik." Well, Teik, that is truly heartfelt. Thank you so much. I've had a couple of real boot talks with Teik. I love picking his brain. He really brings the authentic Australian experience to us Americans who are landlocked here and don't get out as much as we'd like. In all honesty, I definitely appreciate Teik. He's a stand-up dude. He really loves boots and he really loves the makers, just like me. And for that reason, we have a lot in common. Both of our channels' content is very, very similar in a lot of ways. You know, he brings that warm personality and that wisdom, and you know, we all do something a little differently. Nick at Stridewise, William at Boot Spy, Dave at Boots of Manish Leather, Jimmy of Trinity Handmade. There's so many great YouTubers out there, and you know, each one of us just does something a little different, but ultimately I'm really happy to be and blessed to be a part of the community, because it is just the best community of guys. I love nerding out on boots, and anybody who loves that is an ace in my book. So these are built in my favorite type of welt, which is the Welt Schön construction, which is essentially a stitch down welt. But this one's interesting because it's double row stitched down around the front portion of the boot, but the back portion appears to just be a standard Goodyear welt, single row. So the stitch down's really just a 180-degree stitch down. Oh, it's interesting because the stitch down on the interior side of the boot ends halfway across, but then the stitch down on the anterior side of the boot ends at roughly the 5/8 portion. So that's interesting. I've never seen that before. And it's like that on both boots, so it is consistent. It was a deliberate design feature. Very neat. And then yes, true cap toe, It is structured, no doubt about that. Wow, very firmly structured. Yeah, the stitching is so perfect because again, that's hand welted, so that somebody sitting in a workshop stitching the uppers to the outsole by hand, running a needle through there. In and out, in and out. A Vibram honey lug outsole, absolutely beautiful. And all around, just a bang up killer Chelsea. I love it. Fortis Boots insole with the logo on the interior there. Absolutely wonderful. We've got a leather midsole and then triple leather heel stack in the heel, and then that honey lug Vibram Commando heel cap. A lot of work went into these, and this is just a bonkers makeup. I absolutely love these. So what else is interesting is they named this boot after Thorin Oakenshield, the king under the mountain. They named it after him, as that is a character in one of the Tolkien series. Very cool there. I love the story behind these. Super rugged Chelsea, amazing. Steel shank in there, I can feel that. I'm excited to start rocking these. It's just so cool when we content creators get together and collaborate and work together. It's truly just the best community, and I'm super thankful for guys like Teik who produce amazing content, but also, more importantly, at their heart, good friends and good people. I'm infinitely grateful for that. So you can get this THORIN in a variety of leathers. You don't have to be constricted to Crazy Cow. You could even do these in shell cordovan if you wanted to. It's just whatever you want to customize with Fortis, you can do whatever you want. I really love working with Fortis and the guys at Renav Goods. All those guys are just phenomenal. You know, the guys at Tahura, I love all those Indonesian makers. They're doing something really amazing, and you can truly customize your boot from the ground up every step of the way. Anyways, with that, I will shut it down. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. What are your opinions on these incredible THORIN Chelsea boots by Fortis in Crazy Cow? I'm blown away. I love it. I think it's super duper unique, and I plan to wear these with darker trousers to sort of allow the color to really pop. It's just a tremendous build by a tremendous couple of minds that cooked these babies up. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks. I will see y'all in my next video.